Facebook, what is going on? What is going on? Hey, it's yours truly, Nick Woodard, checking in on another beautiful, amazing day. I will let Facebook do its thing and let y'all know that we are live. And y'all know the deal. Drop your city, drop your state, and as always, please share, right? I'm tuning in out of the great state of Georgia, down in the dirty South, man. Hey, it's always a blessing to have another day to be able to get on here and share a message with those of you that follow me. Tip my hat to everybody that supports me, even those who are watching me from afar that might not necessarily like all of my posts or might not necessarily comment on everything or tune into my lives. I definitely appreciate each and every one of you. Hey, so as soon as Facebook lets me know that somebody is on my live, that means that y'all can hear me. That means y'all are ready to receive this message, man. And hey, like I said, tag a friend on this, because this is going to be an important message. We have to understand the importance of being able to change our tomorrow, right? And what I mean by that is pretty much understanding that we have the power. I see that Facebook has got somebody's attention, so we are good to go. But we all have the power and the ability to change what happens tomorrow, the results we get tomorrow, whatever it is that we're trying to do in our lives, right? Whether it's, trying to change a particular situation, whether it's trying to have a certain level of success in our life, it all boils down to the decisions. But not just the decisions, it's about the action, right? It's going to require action because, faith without works is dead, right? So you can sit here and believe and tell yourself all day long, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. But if you don't put in the action, if you don't take action and put in the work, it's not going to happen. It's not just going to fall in your lap, because if you were supposed to have it, you would have it already. If you were supposed to be wealthy, you would already be wealthy. If you were supposed to be successful in your job, your career, your business, you would already be successful. So what we have to know and we have to understand is that it all boils down to decisions that we have to make. It all boils down to the mindset. It all boils down to the people that you surround yourself with, right? And what that all entails is you making that decision. If you got people around you that are constantly complaining and constantly bringing negative energy, you might want to change the people around you, right? And if you can't change the people around you, you might want to change the people around you. All right, that might go over the head of some people, but what I mean is the people around you, if they're not supporting you, if they're not, helping you get, if you're not getting money with them, if they're not praying for you, if they're not encouraging you, and it goes both ways, right? If you're not praying for those same people, if you're not, getting money with them same people, if you're not encouraging them same people, if the energy is not good, you got to change them people, change your circle. You better run, because them people right there are the ones that are going to drain you. Complainers are drainers, right? And so what really happens a lot of times is that we get so caught up in what everybody else is doing in their life and maybe the success that other people are having, and that has an influence on people's emotional state. So when you are thinking about that, we get caught up in comparing ourselves with other people. Got Jonathan in the building. Appreciate you, brother. When you begin to compare yourself with other people, that's where you cripple yourself, because the only person you should be in competition with is yourself. So I got to ask you, if there was a way for you to change, your tomorrow, whether that be financially, because that's probably one of the biggest conversations that takes place in the house today, is finances. Hey, everything's good on this end, man. I hope you're staying safe, brother. But what we have to understand is right now we're in a pandemic, right? People are panicking. But people are still making horrible decisions. I saw an article this morning that talked about what people were spending their stimulus checks on the wrong things. Even in the pandemic, right now we are in a financial crisis here in America, well, in the world, but I can only speak on America. In America, we are in a financial crisis. We are in a pandemic that is affecting probably 97% of the houses in this country. Because believe it or not, there's a small percentage of people that were already in good position that have not necessarily been affected financially by this pandemic. Of course, everybody's been affected on some level, but financially, it's a lot of people who really have not been, their boats have not really been rocked. That's because they made decisions and took action prior to now, right? They decided that, hey, I want a better lifestyle. I need to be, the provider for my family. I don't want to just live a paycheck to paycheck lifestyle, or I don't want to just get by, or I don't want my kids to duplicate what I went through growing up financially, or mentally, or whatever the case is, But we have to understand the power in deciding, right? You don't have to be great to get started, but you have to get started to be great, right? And what I mean by that is, don't a lot of people say, oh, okay, when my money's right, I'm gonna start a business, or when my money's right, I'm gonna invest, or when my money's right, I'm gonna take action, or when the time is right, I'm gonna take action. The time will never be right. You have to position yourself mentally to be able to just say, you know what, hey, it's time. I'm tired of living X lifestyle. I'm tired of not being where I want to be physically, mentally. I'm not where I want to be spiritually. I'm not where I want to be financially. Whatever it is that you see that you may be struggling, because we all struggle. Nobody's perfect but God, right? So don't ever feel that you're in a different situation, or you're lesser than someone, right? Because believe it or not, even if you're connected with successful people, they too have been where you were. That's the reason you connect with them kind of people. Those are the people that you want in your circle. You want people in your circle that are going to push you and pull you because they've been there. So they know what it takes. They know what you're going through. Because believe it or not, everybody who's going through something right now, there is someone else in this life that has experienced what you've experienced. Believe it or not. So yeah, your situation may be tough. Your days may be dark. But after the rain comes what? The sunshine. Right? So just keep that in perspective. Keep that mindset. But what you have to ask yourself is, am I ready to change my tomorrows forever? Well, if that's the case, hey, we got to make some decisions and take some action. Appreciate you jumping on, Steven. We got to make some decisions and take some action that's going to position ourselves, right? For those of you that know what I do and follow me, and see what I post, I talk about, financial empowerment, exposing people to the education that was not taught in schools, the rules of the wealthy, to teach you how you too don't necessarily have to quit your job, but you can apply these strategies, the same strategies that the wealthy are applying, and allow that to impact your finances now, allow that to put you in a position to start building wealth, making money from home without interfering with what you're currently doing. But you have to be open to being exposed to the education, right? And then you get empowered, right, by allowing yourself to be open to making that decision to take action and invest in yourself. See, a lot of people will sit out here and complain and say, man, people are trying to take my money, trying to get me to buy products, trying to get me to buy a business, spend money on a business. Those same people that look at it as an expense versus an investment, those are the same people that are going to be standing in line come September to buy a $1,500 iPhone. Those are the same people that got a stimulus check and went out and bought a big screen TV. Those are the same people that even during this pandemic found a way to go stand in line to buy a pair of Jordans. It's all about the mindset, right? It's all about the mindset, but you have to surround yourself with people that's going to tell you and keep it real and explain to you what you need to be doing or where you need to be going. I'm far from where I need to be and where I should be. But the thing about it is, I'm not in competition with nobody but myself. So each and every day I strive to become better and better and better and better. And then I just reach down to the people who are open to being helped, right? Because just because you need help, or just because, quote unquote, you consider yourself broke is a mindset. Poor, you know, being broke and poor, that's a mindset, that's a mentality. So when you change your mindset and you change the mentality and the way that you look at things, you too can begin to change the situation. I'm no longer where I was and who I was back then, but and I am who I am now, but best believe I'm still growing. Because if you're not growing, what are you doing? Dying. So you should be striving to grow each and every single day, right? But just keep that in perspective. Remember, if you want to change your tomorrow, if you want your tomorrows to change forever, you got to make a decision. Make a decision, but also it's going to require you to take action. It's going to require you to take action. So, hey, man, today's Thursday, man. It's a beautiful day. The weather's changed a little bit down here in Georgia, but that's cool. It's a nice, cool day. Relax. You know, find something to be grateful for today. But y'all know the deal, man. Drop your city, drop your state. And as always, please share, tag a friend, let somebody listen to this message. Even if it's not for you, it's for somebody that you're connected with. And y'all know the deal too. Drop replay if you catch the replay, man. But hey, that's my time. I will catch y'all in the next video. Y'all be blessed. Peace.